How bad do you want it? That's the question. There are 540 roster spots across 30 teams in the NBA. The odds of making it to the league out of high school are just 0.03, and from college, only 1.2 to 3%. At times, those odds can feel even slimmer, sometimes unimaginable. After losing two full high school seasons due to a failed transfer, then leaving the team mid-senior year after constant clashes with his head coach, Trevelin Queen's basketball future looked uncertain. When he finally showed a glimmer of hope after an outstanding AAU tournament, paperwork issues cost him his first junior college opportunity. His next chance took him across the country to one of the most expensive places to live, forcing him to survive out of a car with several teammates. This is the story of Trevelin Queen. Queen grew up in Glen Burnie, Maryland, a suburb just outside of Baltimore. A multi-sport athlete, he played baseball, football, and basketball, but baseball is where he stood out, excelling as both a shortstop and a pitcher. He didn't even start playing high school basketball right away. It wasn't until his sophomore year at Glen Burnie High School that he joined the team, but by the playoffs he had carved out a meaningful role. Going into his junior year, Queen had grown from 5'9" to 6'1". Hoping for more exposure, he transferred to a high school in Florida, where his sister was already attending, but because he enrolled too late, he was deemed ineligible for the entire season. For his senior year, Queen returned to Glen Burnie, this time under a new head coach. The fit wasn't there. After 9 games, he left the team. Late that year, he played AAU basketball again, and his strong performances caught the eye of a JUCO coach, a friend of his AAU coach, who offered him a roster spot, but paperwork issues at Prince George's Community College forced him to redshirt, costing him yet another season. Determined to keep going, Queen headed across the country to play JUCO ball at the College of Marin in Northern California. There he finally found his stride, averaging 21.3 points, 7.9 rebounds, and 2.4 assists per game. But off the court, life was brutal. Cost of living in the Bay Area was high, and when he and his teammates were kicked out of senior living apartments due to overcrowding and strict rules, they had nowhere to go. For a week, they lived out of a car in East Oakland. During that time, Queen did some serious soul searching. Do I really want this? Do I really love basketball enough to keep going? He thought about going home. What kept him pushing forward was a Bible verse that his late grandmother always reminded him of. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Eventually, he found shelter with a teammate's relatives in Oakland. It wasn't easy, 15 people under one roof, but it gave him stability to finish the season. Family's advice, Queen transferred to New Mexico Military Institute, a move he later called a turning point. Queen mentions that it taught me a lot of discipline. It helped me appreciate the small things like waking up in the morning, having a routine, getting your day started well, and it helped me mentally. He proved it right away, scoring 40 points in his first game. For the season, he averaged 26 points, 7.3 rebounds, and 2.2 assists. That breakout year brought heavy recruiting attention. He initially chose Western Kentucky, but quickly realized it wasn't the right fit with the coaching staff. After doing his homework, he transferred to New Mexico State, a program with a history of recruiting JUCO players and giving them a real shot. At New Mexico State, Queen blossomed. Over 2 seasons, he averaged 7.8 points, 2.9 rebounds, and 1.7 assists, emerging as a key reserve. He won WAC tournament MVP and played in March Madness against Auburn, scoring in double digits. As a senior, he upped his numbers to 13.2 points per game and 5.2 rebounds, earning all WAC second-team honors. Queen went undrafted in the 2020 NBA draft, but landed a training camp deal with Houston Rockets. After being waived, he joined their G League affiliate, the Rio Grande Valley Vipers, and impressed, shooting 45% from the field. In 2021-22 season, he broke out in the G League, averaging 25.3 points, 6.7 rebounds, 5.2 assists, and 3.2 steals. Those numbers earned him G League MVP. Success led to a 2-year, $3.5 million deal with the Philadelphia 76ers, but after suffering a head injury in his first preseason game, he was waived before the season. For the 2024-25 season, Trevelin Queen played a solid role as a two-way player with the Orlando Magic. But Trevelin Queen's story is nothing short of remarkable. From failures in high school, eligibility setbacks in college, nights spent living out of a car in Oakland and questioning whether to keep going, to starring at a mid-major, becoming a G League MVP, and eventually making it to one of the 540 coveted NBA roster spots. It's proof that the journey may break you down, but it also can build you into something greater.